as much emphasis as we put on the All-Star race being the big event at Charlotte Motor Speedway, this truthfully is the main event at Charlotte Motor Speedway here, as far as races this season, each season of the Castrol GTX Cup Series is concerned. Of course, we're talking about the Coca-Cola 600. Their stock number 11 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour for season 36. So we're set to go racing for 60 laps around this 1.5-mile racetrack. Should be interesting to see what happens here today. And here's your starting lineup. On the pole at 182 miles an hour, it's Nathan Ormond. His first pole this season is Skull Band Oldsmobile. He's flanked by car number 94, Dylan Potey, who wrecked his Lumina in practice. Has to go back to an Oldsmobile at this event. So Potey will not lose his starting spot, by the way. Unlike real NASCAR, you can't lose your starting spot due to a crash or changed engine or whatever. Row 2 has Charles Sanford in car 71. The Big Apple Market Chevrolet is alongside number 21. That is Quentin Moore. To go forward, he has one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's event. The other 2 carried by Keith Batson and Tori Gossett. Going to row number 3, it's car 66. That's Raphael LeDuc in the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Ford. He's flanked by car number 42, Kyle Matthews in the yellow Pontiac. Matthews won at Darlington, while LeDuc won at Talladega. Going to row number 4, it's car 68, Ben Cohn, with a tremendous qualifying run at Country Time Oldsmobile. He's flanked by car number 52, Seth Cole, at the wheel of the Hurley Limo Ford, winner this season at Atlanta. Row number 5, it's car 2, Dylan Young in the Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, and beside him, number 5, it's Austin Reed in the Tide Chevrolet. Next row down is car number 11, Jessica Shelton, the Budweiser Ford. She's flanked by car number 15, Aubrey Scott, the Motorcraft Ford. Jessica won a season at Martinsville. Next row down is the man who dazzled them all at the All-Star race this season here, winning not only the Winston Open, but also won both segments of the All-Star race as well, too. It's Cody McGurk in car number 9. He's definitely one of the guys to watch here today at Charlotte. He's flanked by car number 28, Keith Batson, the Texaco Haviland Ford. Next row down has car number 3, Cole Deaver, the GM Goodrich Chevrolet, winner of the last race in the Tour at Sonoma, California. He's alongside number 49, Tito McCoy, a great qualifying run for that number 49 Ameritron Batteries team. Next row down is number 1, Trent Dunham in a Skull Classic Oldsmobile. He's flanked by another Oldsmobile, car number 75. That is Laura Chung at the wheel in the Raymont machine. Next row down has a pair of green and white cars, the 26 Quaker State Ford of Tori Gossett. She's flanked by car number 25. One number down, it's Colin Cropley. Next row down is number 10, Andrew Miller, the Purelator Chevrolet. And beside him is number 43, Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac. Next row down is car number 17, Reggie Fogelman, and car number 30 is Zachary Fitzwater at the wheel. Next row down has car number 98, Ryan Brommer, and number 83, John Andrews at the wheel. Next row down, number 4, it is Eric Monaco, the winner this season at Richmond. He's flanked by number 22. That is Mitchell Hodak in the Maxwell House Ford. Next row down is number 12, Christian Bracken at the wheel in the Ray Bessis Ford, or Ray Bessis Chevrolet, excuse me. Beside him, the Jasper Engine Chevrolet number 55. It is Alexander Rowe at the wheel. Next row down is number 90. That is Caleb Fogle in the Splitfire Spark Plugs Ford. And number 7, Lyle Austin in the Hooters Ford. Next row down is number 18. That is Noah Sewell in the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. And number 8, Joshua Osborne in Snickers Ford. Coming from way out back. It'll be fun to see Joshua trying to move his way up to the field. Next row is number 48, Wes McCoy in the Rumpel Racing Pontiac. And number 6, the Daytona 500 winner, Paul Minnick in the Valvoline Ford. And starting shotgun is car number 16. That is Ali Liara in the Keystone Beer Ford, coming from way out back in the field. So that's your starting lineup for today's running of the Coca-Cola 600 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we're about to get the command to fire the engines here for this event, 60 laps of racing on the longest race of the season here at Charlotte. And here comes the command to fire the engines to get these 37 cars running here today at Charlotte.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command you on the fire engines as we're racing here today at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The air is electric. The fans are all on their feet, and the pace car leads the field off a pit road. We'll be back for a start of the race right after this. Field being led through turns number 3 and 4 here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Nathan Ormond, car 33, his first pole this season. Hoping to turn that into a victory here today. Dylan Poteet on the outside. In car number 94, the Sunoco Ultra machine. Green flag flies, and boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Off turn number 2 they come. Nathan Ormond leads another backstretch here. Raphael LeDuc in car 66 to the low side, looking to take the lead away from Ormond as they come off turn number 4. Ormond throws the block. And as I said, since we switched to this version of Charlotte in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, this track has never disappointed us when it comes to great racing on this racetrack here. Yeah, we had great races this season at Atlanta. We had a great race at Darlington. We had a great race at Talladega, and we had a great finish at Bristol. And we may have one here today at Charlotte, as Ben Cohen takes the Country Time Oldsmobile to the top spot. Oldsmobile has had some really good runs in qualifying, as you saw in our qualifying show here about a few days ago. Down the low side goes car number 2. That is Dylan Young, but he's got Jessica Shelton on his back bumper in the number 11 Budweiser Ford. And down the inside goes Cody McGurk in car number 9. That's Jessica's old number that she drove last season when it was Coors Light as a sponsor. Now this season, Jessica with Budweiser on board her number 11 machine. And down the low side goes car number 3, that black Chevrolet Cole Deaver. And behind him another black and white car, Trent Dunham in the number 1 Skull Classic machine. As they come off turn number 2 right now, Deaver trying to take the lead away from that number 9 car of Cody McGurk. Deaver, the points leader, by 15 points over Seth Cole coming into this event. Deaver won at Sonoma, the last race of the tour on the road course. The first road course race of the season, I should say. It'll be 2 more. We'll be back on the road course in 2 races from now. When we go to Riverside Raceway, that'll be after the next race on the tour at Dover, which is next on the schedule. Deaver had the lead, but inside goes Tori Gossett in car 26, and she'll take the top spot in the Quicker State Ford. And she's got Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller, who had a tremendous qualifying run, who had a good qualifying run, a decent qualifying run. He started his race back in about 21st. Has no move the Derek Coke colors up to the 2nd position now in the number Peter Later Chevrolet. Tori leads her first lap of the race here in the number 26 Quaker State machine. And you're riding on board with Tori Gossett as she leads the pack right now. Reggie Fogelman is up behind her. In 2nd position in the Western Auto Chevrolet. And now Fogelman dives inside. Does not take the lead away from Gossett that time but when he gets to number 1, he will take the lead. So Reggie Fogelman, the 17 Western Auto Chevrolet, the Darrell Waltrip colors up to the top spot now. And he'll move, and he's got company from that Marigold Yellow number 4, the Kodak machine of Eric Monaco, who won a season at Richmond, and one of the 10 drivers looking to become the first repeat winner this season. We've had 10 winners in the first 10 races so far this season. We had 21 winners last season. If you recall, in season 35, and then on the low side goes the Ray Bestis colors of Christian Bracken, one of Colin Cropley's drivers in the field, the number 12 Ray Bestis Chevrolet. You remember that car, as I said, last season was a Buick. And diving inside goes car number 90, Caleb Fogler. The Split-Fire Spark Plugs Ford. He was not pleased at all with his qualifying run, but here he is leading the Coca-Cola 600 right now on the as he completes the 8th lap up front. But now low side goes that bright yellow Pennzoil car. That's Zachary Fitzwater, the number 30 machine. We got 4 cars with motor oil sponsorships on this cars. Fitzwater is one of those with Pennzoil. And you got Paul Minnick for Valvoline, Tori Gossett for Quaker State, and Keith Batson for Texaco and Haviland. And low side goes, and inside comes a surprise. Car 48, Wes McCoy. Number 48, Rumpel Racing Pontiac, and he'll take the lead away. So, and I don't think the McCoys have even led the season for that fact, too. If he can get back to start-finish line ahead of the 7 car of Lyle Austin, which I don't think is going to happen, because Lyle's going to be pushed to the lead by Ali Liara in car number 49, in car number 16, I should say. And Lyle Austin leads his first lap of the race here. So, and I tell you, this track sees lead change after lead change after lead change. A lot on this track here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, much like you see at Talladega and Daytona, pretty much. Joshua Osborne moves inside now on Paul Minnick for second place now in the Snickers Ford. He won't be second for long, or unless he blocks the 55's run. Is Alexander Rowe in the Jasper Engine Chevrolet, and Osborne does block the 55's run, and he'll take the lead from Ali Liara in the 16 machine. So move Joshua to the top spot now. Osborne coming in this race number 5 in the point standings coming in this event here at Charlotte. Looking to get his first victory of the season and keep the streak alive of different winners in each race. Seth Cole, one of the 10 drivers trying to look to become the first to repeat. As we mentioned, Seth was the winner at Atlanta in the Motorcraft 500, and a tremendous finish to that event. And down up behind Seth Cole comes car 75, Laura Chung in the Raymont Racing Oldsmobile. And down low side goes the 15 car. Aubrey Scotty is going to bring Mike Becker and Mitchell Hodak and Kyle Matthews. And that measures well too as you jump inside now with Keith Batson in car 28. The Texaco Haviland Ford. Batson won the season at Rockingham. Talked during the qualifying show, of course, how they have race trim and qualifying trim, and where you can't run the where obviously, of course, you can't run a single setup all weekend long, obviously too, and this is a classic example we talk about. Of course, you tune the cars for race trim at any given track you go to. Qualifying trim just gives you more horsepower, but the downside, of course, on qualifying trim, you can't run that on all race long because your motor will detonate not long after the race will start, obviously. So, we mentioned they qualify for the pole at 182 miles an hour. Well, look at the speeds right now. In the case of Keith Batson, 169.3, the fastest lap for him so far. Fast lap so far in the race is Tito McCoy at 171.190 miles an hour. So there you have evidence of that too. There, so the pole speed and the fast lap race so far separated by over 10 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour for that fact too, 11 and a half. They qualified pole because Nathan Orman qualified pole at 182.6 in this field here. Up to the top spot from his 20th starting position goes Colin Cropley in the number 25 Kodiak Chevrolet. Rafael LeDuc, second position right now. Third is Charles Sanford, winner this season at Bristol, while LeDuc got his victory at Talladega in the Winston 500. Duke brings the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Ford to the top spot. And down low side comes the defending series champion, Dylan Young. Number 2, Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac. He's got Ben Cohen behind him. Cohen won last season at the night race at Bristol. Has yet to taste victory lane this season, as has also Dylan Young. He's also yet to win. Torrey Gossett yet to win. Nathan Orman, he's been close a few times since his last win, which I think was back in 2 seasons ago. I think he went last season winless. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he did. Ormond down the low side of the racetrack here. He'll make the move inside of Torrey Gossett. A pair of green and white cars going side by side. One's an Oldsmobile, the other a Ford. One's 33 and the other's 26 as they come down in the turn number 1 and move Nathan to the top spot now. And he will take the lead back away from Dylan Young. So Nathan Ormond. The Skull Classic Oldsmobile goes to the top spot again for the second time today. Remember, he led the first lap from the pole position, so Ormond has got a pretty good hot rod underneath him in that Skull Classic car. Did he lead that lap, or did Deaver lead that lap? It was Ormond by about 0.04 of a second that led that last time by. Now Dylan Pote, the outside pole sitter, and Jessica Shelton get hooked up behind Cole Deaver in the number 3 machine. And now Jessica to the low side now. She'll move her. She tries to move her way to the top spot now. Riding with Quentin Moore in car 21. He's in 5th position. The one of the season at North Wilkesboro. Jessica Shelton goes to the top spot now in car number 11. It's now Quentin Moore. And whoa, the 18 car Noah Sewell. He says, no, you don't, Quentin. And Noah Sewell, who pretty much cut in front of Quentin Moore, goes to the lead now. Quentin, I'm sure, did not like that at all. That's racing, though. But Noah Sewell does lead his first lap of the race here at Charlotte. There now Christian Bracken moves back inside the number 12 Ray Bessis car as we're 22 laps into the event and 38 to go here at Charlotte. A long race here. Next time we go here for the Melly Yellow 500, which will be the 28th race of the season, it'll be a 40 lap event instead of 60, of course. And some surprises up to the field now. John Andrews in 83 and the 98 of Ryan Brommer. Brian Brommer won his first race in his series last season when he won at Michigan. That was with the number 18 team, the car he just passed a while back, about a few seconds ago. Andrew Miller up there behind the Brommer machine. Now Reggie Fogelman, 17 car, goes to the top spot in the Western Auto Chevrolet. Now here comes Miller and says, oh, no, you don't, on the 98 car. Not only takes second position, but he's trying to take first position away from the 17 car now. And Caleb Fogler goes inside now, the number 90 split bar spark plugs machine. And this is a 165-mile-an-hour pace lap happening at Charlotte. Boy, just great racing here today at the here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The fans we mentioned on their feet. The air is electric, as it always is at this track. And as Larry McReynolds or Darrell Waltrip, one of the two says, it's the night time is the right time. And you can pretty much bet on that on a track like Charlotte. Just hope no full moon comes out. Mitchell Hodak to the second position now, and he just squeezes in front of Zachary Fitzwater in the 30 machine as they come off to number 4. Fogler trying to hold on to the lead to lead this lap here. Mitchell Hodak goes inside, but falls short of leading that lap here as Fogler takes the top spot away here, and 11 last time by, but now Hodak does take the top spot with Fitzwater in second position, and now 3 cars in line here. The 2 of them are Fords. That's Ali Liara and the 9 car of Cody McGurk. McGurk comes down to the low side of the racetrack here. The Melling Performance Ford started this race, I believe, in 13th position in the number 9 car. The best I think he's qualified in quite a while. I think all this season. Hey, great qualifying setup. Ran his pole lap, ran a speed of over 181 miles an hour. And now Cody McGurk looks to lead his first lap of the race here as he comes off turn number 4 here. The Milling Performance Ford. Dylan Pote trying to take it away from him, and Tito McCoy in the number 49 car. I say you got some guys that can potentially get their first win. The way these guys are running right now here in this field, and of course, and we talk about 10 winners in the first 10 races of the season. In terms of 10 winners in the first 10 races of the season, Dylan Pote is one of those guys trying to extend that streak, but he's won a lot of times in this series, but we've still got some guys running really good right now that can potentially get their first win there. The McCoys are among the guys that can do so, as you see the yellow flag fly right now here at Charlotte for the first time here. And it's Dylan Young in the 2 and Tori Gossett in 26 who have, I think, crashed. As we're halfway home right now at as we're on lap 30 of this event. Take a look as to what happened right there. Tori Gossett in 26 there. She goes into Dylan Young. And she just drives Dylan Young into the wall. Tori does a couple of 360s and keeps on going, though. But Dylan Young's probably got thinking, now what was that all about, Tori? Say Dylan's going to give Tori a little bit of a talk in the garage area after all that. And then she just, to add insult to injury for Dylan Young, she just comes back and just passes him back. And leaders coming in for pit stops here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Dylan Poteet's in as we watch the action on pit road. Dylan Poteet's in. There's Seth Cole coming out of the pits right now. And the 48 car of Wes McCoy. I think he may be your leader. Some cars took gas and go. Maybe 2 tires. I think a lot of it's gas and go stops. And some of the others are taking 4 tires. See Ben Cohen pulling away there. Rafaela Dukes pulling away. Jessica Shelton's out of the pits here. Cole Deaver, Kyle Matthews. Christian Bracken's out of the pits. There comes Charles Sanford and Quentin Moore. There's the 4 of Eric Monaco. Rafaela Duke is out of the pits right there. And there's the 2 that was involved in the earlier altercation. Dylan Young in the 2 and Tori Gossett in the 26 machine. I think those 2 may still possibly go for it, but we'll see when the restart happens here after this. Lights are off on the pace car, and 1 car is falling out of the race here. The pole sitter, Nathan Ormond, is out of the race here. The 33 car. A tire failure on the Skull Classic Oldsmobile has knocked him out of the running here. Jessica Shelton made an unscheduled pit stop. She is now a lap down. And there is Jessica sitting on pit road as the Budweiser crew tries to figure out what's wrong with her car. But Wes McCoy has taken the lead here at Charlotte Motor Speedway after a lot of drivers take gas and go on those stops right here. But Wes McCoy is the leader of the race right now. Second position is Seth Cole. Third is Trent Dunham. 4th right now is Dylan Pote. 5th is Keith Bassey. 6th position is Ali Liara. 7th is Caleb Fogler. 8th position is Tito McCoy. 9th is Laura Chung, and 10th is Paul Minnick. The green flag flies once again, back underway at lap number 34. Past halfway home, 34 in the book, 33 in the books, and 27 laps remaining here at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Coca-Cola 600 and traditionally, usually a pit stop happens in the last 10 laps because the race goes green for so long. But now they've got the race. But now the question is going to be, since they did pit for fuel under caution, will there be pit stops in the last 10 laps again? That's going to be the question right there. I don't think there will be because they are pitted and full of fuel, so they should be good to go rest of the way without having to make another pit stop in the last 10 laps of the event there, which is usually tradition at Charlotte. No matter what fixes we run. Dylan Poteet took the lead off turn number 2, but when they come off turn number 4, it's going to be Keith Batson out in front in the Texaco Haviland Ford. And Ali Liara, boy, who led that lap? It was Batson by 400s over Liara. And now Caleb Fogler, the number 90 machine, goes to the inside lane. Tucks in behind Liara, and now Laura Chung sticks the nose of her white Oldsmobile to the top and the low side. And Laura says, perfect, I got an opportunity to take a pass right there. And she does. Takes second position away from Fogler, and now chases down Ali Liara in the number 16 car. She goes inside, blocks the run of that 49 car, Tito McCoy, the Ameritron Batteries Chevrolet. Laura Chung got a win last season. That came at the first stop at Pocono that last season. And she hopes to get her third ever win in the series there. She won, and that win at Pocono last season was her first, I think, in about 3 seasons, I believe, was when she last won before that. That was at Richmond. Here comes 22 car, Mitchell Hodak. Low side, he'll take the top spot away from Laura Chung as they come off turn number 2. And now Mike Becker dives inside here. And we are getting reward. Jessica Shelton is now out of the race here. And they said accident, but I don't think she was in an accident at all. It was just a mechanical failure on the number 11 Budweiser machine. It's what we were looking at in the pits. So Jessica Shelton suffers a DNF here today. Down the left side goes car 68. That's not who's driving. 68 car Ben Cohen to the left side now. Takes the position away from the 43 of Mike Becker. He's got the 18 car of Noah Sewell behind him. And here comes the number 42 of Kyle Matthews. The Melly Yellow Pontiac down the low side of the racetrack here as a thunder off turn number 2. Last lap race there. Fast lap race so far. Now set by Quentin Moore at 171.854 miles an hour. Almost 172 miles an hour here at Charlotte. Cole Deaver, second position. Third is Charles Sanford. Quentin Moore trying to take fourth position away from Noah Sewell. And now move the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet to the top spot now. Cole Deaver looking for 2 in a row. He won Sonoma on the road course. Down the front stretch they come here. Deaver leads his first lap of the race. Actually, it might be a second lap he led, I think, too. And now inside goes car 7, Lyle Austin, the Hooters Ford, to the top spot, or trying for second place now. Zachary Fitzwater behind, as well as the 4 car of Eric Monaco and the 25 of Colin Cropley. Also, Aubrey Scott behind, the same with the 15 car. 15 car of Aubrey Scott and the 66 car now of Raphael LeDuc. And now the 3 and the 4 side by side now. Deaver on the high side, Monaco on the low side now as they come on turn number 2. Deaver in the Earnhardt colors and Eric Monaco driving the Ernie Irvin colors, the number 4 machine out of Morgan McClure Racing. The Thundering into turn number 1 once again. Colin Cropley jumps out in front now. The number 25 car. Cropley has won that 25 machine. That 25 machine has actually given Cropley a jolt that he needs now to make a comeback in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, which he did a few seasons back with the Folgers 25 car with the 1989 car set. And now Aubrey Scott goes low side. He'll take as he snuck past Cropley to take the lead. And now LeDuc dives inside in the 66 machine. He'll take the lead away. And here comes Wes McCoy once again, that 48 car, who, remember, he led on the restart. On lap 34 of this event here, and now LeDuc keeps the lead right now as McCoy moves to the high side of the racetrack here. Check and see if there's any car stragglers behind right there. Paul Minnick is behind. Same with the 83 car, John Andrews. Tori Goss is still with a little bit of damage on the 26 Quicker State machine as she is in 33rd position. Dylan Young in 32nd, and Christian Bracken right now running in 31st position. As Gossett goes inside. Careful again. Oh, Gossett just about put the bumper to Dylan Young again. You remember she door drove him up to you remember she pile drive Dylan Young into the wall, come up into turns 1 and 2 to bring out the only caution flag of the day. So, like I said, Dylan Young, I'm sure, is going to want a little talk with Gossett on that one in the garage area. And talk about your tight corners there. Charles Sanford was almost in a vulnerable position in the middle between himself, Kyle Matthews, and the 21 car of Quentin Moore. Back in the turn number 1 now, Ryan Brommer goes to the top spot now. He's got Seth Cohen, Dylan Pote, and Andrew Miller behind him. Well, I tell you, it's going to be wild finish right here. It's going to be wild here at Charlotte here. You paid your money, now take your choice. As we're coming down to the final 12 laps of this event now, working lap number 48, or completing lap number 48. We're on 49 now. Caution flag has brought the average down to 150.201 miles an hour. And see who wins this 170 mile an hour chess match here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Joshua Osborne inside lane, and now you got the Kentucky drivers first and second. Here comes number 9. That is Cody McGurk, the low side. Can McGurk get his first Castrol GTX? Can McGurk's first Castrol GTX Cup Series victory come in a 600? We'll find out. It could be a good possibility. That 9 car's been fast since they unloaded Charlotte for the All-Star race, but we'll see how it does in the 600 here in the last few laps of this race. Pote will keep the lead off turn number 4 now. Keith Batson. Second position now in the number 1 car, Trent Dunham. He wants to win this race. Now I got the Tweenix teammates, Dylan Young Dylan Pote and Trent Dunham. Dunham takes the top spot away now here as he comes off turn number 4. And here comes Alexander Rowe, car number 55. Takes the low side and takes the lead away from Trent Dunham now. So we're now down to 9 laps to go. Ben Cohen being pushed by Charles Sanford now as they come through turns number 3 and 4 now. Chevy in first, Oldsmobile second, Oldsmobile third, Chevy in fourth, then Pontiac trying to take 5th position away. Down the back stretch they come here. Charles Sanford, low side, takes position away from Laura Chunas for the top spot. And he's got Kyle Matthews behind him, number 42 there. Matthews comes inside of Sanford now. Is he going to lead that lap from Charles? No, he does not. Well, we could have a finish by inches the way this is going right now here. This race may not be decided until the last possible foot of this track, and we saw that in the last time we hit Charlotte in the Melly Yellow 500, where Kat Madsen inched out Jessica Shelton at the line. In last season's Melly Yellow 500 there. Could we have the same episode of the 600 today? Quentin Moore pulls in behind Kyle Matthews now. He ducks inside now. Matthews led the last time by now. 6 laps to go. Zachary Fitzwater at the second position. Mike Becker in the King Richard Petty colors. Up to the number 3 position. Now trying for second place now. And Eric Monaco and Cole Deaver has hooked back up to take position away now. Monaco in the 4, Deaver in the 3. And Eric Monaco wants to had thoughts of making it 3 wide, but thought better of it. In fact, Becker went tucked in behind that number 21 car, Quentin Moore. Couldn't go nowhere now as they come off the second turn. And how about Wes McCoy again going for the top spot now, the 48 car? Boy, is it going to be a veteran? Is it going to be a rookie? Or is it going to be an upset winner? We'll find out. Charlotte, you never can tell. Charlotte has had its share of surprise winners. You think back to Matt McIntyre winning here. You think back to Alex Miller winning here. You never know who pulls it off at Charlotte. That is a hard fact about this track here. And Mitchell Hodak, he spoils the party for Wes McCoy in that 48 car. Now here comes, as they come up to number 4, it's car number 4, Eric Monaco, out in front with now 3 laps remaining. Noah Sewell, 18 car low side. And he leads the pack of Cropley cars here. Cropley in second position behind him, along with Lyle Austin in the 15 car of Aubrey Scott. In the third turn now, car 18 still out in front here. Off the 4th turn they come right now. Coming down now for 2 laps to go. Cropley tried inside lane to block Lyle Austin. Loses out of that battle here. Austin goes inside now. Aubrey Scott had not won since Talladega in season 34. That was the last time he won. Lyle Austin has never won a Castrol GTX Cup Series race. Neither has Richie Fogelman. White flag flies. 1 lap remaining at Charlotte. Who takes home the Coca-Cola 600? That's going to be the question here. Will it be Aubrey Scott or will it be Reggie Fogelman? Down the backstretch now. Ryan Brommer looks to the inside lane. Fogelman stays in behind that 15 machine as they come off the 4th turn now. Here they come off the corner. And the checker flag waves for car number 15, the Motorcraft Ford. Fogelman takes a shot short. Aubrey Scott wins the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. The Cropley team gets their first victory of season 36, and Aubrey Scott, the number 15 Motorcraft Ford, the Budmore car, takes it today, averaging 153.282, his first win since the season 34 Winston 500 at Talladega. That was the last time he won in this series, but boy, that was unbelievable. So 58 thousandths of a second the margin of victory here in today's event. And 11 winners in the first 11 races of the season. Just, wait. I tell you, how long can this go on? Is all I can say here in this point of the season. Here, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see if that's. We'll answer that question when we get to after the race at Dover, which is next on the schedule. Colin Cropley offering his congratulations to Aubrey Scott. Reggie Fogelman, he made a last-ditch effort try, but he falls short there. He comes up finishing second. A great day for the 17 team. Ryan Brommer, 98 car, comes home third. Austin Reed with a solid day finishes in fourth. And Joshua Osborne, after a disappointing qualifying run, fights back to finish in fifth position in the number 8 machine. Lyle Austin comes home sixth. Excuse me. Seventh place will go to Cody McGurk. 8th to Noah Sewell. 9th to Seth Colin Cropley finishes in 10th position, and so the Cropley team finishes first. Let's see, first, 6th, 8th, and 10th. 4 of his cars in the top 10. Not a bad day for Colin, that's for darn sure. Rafaela Duke with a solid day, ends up finishing 11th. Eric Monaco with a 12th place run. Ella Liara, another one who recovered from a disappointing qualifying run. She ends up finishing in 13th after starting last in the field. Mitchell Hodak comes home 14th. And Caleb Fogler with a nice 15th place finisher today. Wes McCoy with a top 20 ends up finishing 16th. He had a great car all day in that number 48 car. That is for sure on this track here. So maybe the McCoy's finally hitting the setup that they want for the second half of the season. And we're not in the second half right now, as it is. 17th it goes to Cole Deaver, Andrew Miller 18th, 19th Keith Batson, and Quentin Moore comes home in 20th. Alexander Rowe finishes 21st, Mike Becker 22nd, Tino McCoy 23rd after a great qualifying run for him. Zachary Fitzwater 24th, Dylan Poteet dropped to 25th, Kyle Matthews 26th, Trent Dunham 27th, Charles Sanford 28th, 29th Ben Cohen, and Laura Chung comes on 30th, less than 2 seconds behind the leader. Christian Bracken, 31st position. Dylan Young, 32nd. Tori Gossett, 33rd. Paul Minnick, 34th. And John Andrews was the last car to finish. This race, he ends up finishing 35th. Cars on the race here were Jessica Shelton in 36th position, and with a mechanical failure, not an accident. And a tire failure, not Nathan Orman, the pole sitter, out of the race. He ends up finishing last in 37th. So that's your story from Charlotte Motor Speedway here. Congratulations once again to Aubrey Scott, the winner of the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got inner races. We got inner races. We got gaming videos. We got inner online videos. Whatever president of the NNSCRA, whatever the president of the NNSCRA says the call desires to have for his channel, be sure to check out Seth Stewart Cup Series. The main series on his channel, and if you want to future seasons of Seth series, be sure to get with Seth, and he'll get you going. And also be sure to check out our other channel that's NNSCRA offline. That channel being X86753985X. That's Dylan Young's channel. Again, it's X86753985X. It's X86753985X. That's Dylan Young's channel, the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. Subscribe to his channel for some cool stuff, and also subscribe to the channel that he and Kyle Matthews does together. The channel being We the Coasters. If you're a roller coaster / theme park / amusement park fan, then We the Coasters is the channel for you. And also subscribe to that channel for some cool stuff, and also subscribe to watching this channel you're watching here, the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel for some cool stuff as well too. So that will do it here today at Charlotte. For now, this is James Paulson. This has been a production of the NNSCRA celebrating 11 years of off-road racing at its best. We'll see you at Dover, the next race on the tour, for the FedEx 400. I'm gonna need a break after all this.